Charlie. Roll Tide, roll, say it loud. He don't give a piss about nothing but the tide. Bama blood in his veins, got that crimson pride. F them trees, yeah, we said it out loud. And I love honeybees, now play it proud. We talking football, basketball, big time recruits. If they ballin' in the South, we lacing up the truth. Hood piano man plays better than three-stroke Charlie. Tougher than nails, smooth, not sorry. Roll Tide, roll, it's in the soul. From Tuscaloosa to the Super Bowl. Wood piano man plays better than three-stroke Charlie.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good to see everybody here.
Good morning.
Good morning, Bishop. Good morning to you.
Boys and girls, men and women of all ages.
Yes, welcome.
This is the day
Come on, Bishop.
that we put straight fire into the ether.
That's it, man.
So strap on your seatbelts.
I'm just being honest with you. Y'all know how we do it.
Mute.
Okay, here we go.
Mute.
Let me see. Can you hear me, Bishop? Let me see. Can you hear me, Bishop? Let me see what's going on here. Okay, Bishop, can you hear me? All right, Stephen said he hears me.
Right.
Can you hear me, Bishop? Thank you, LaToya. Good to see you. Okay. Well, anyway, Bishop's going to be back in. Welcome, everybody, to the long run. Y'all know who I am. It's me in my suit. I'm the CEO of this joint. I'm here today, dressed up. Welcome to this special edition of the long run, because today we're going to have a serious roundtable discussion with the President of the United States. Now, look at him. Now, the thing about it is, you know, we still going to be us, but the format is going to be the same, but it's going to be a little bit different because, chat, what I want you to do today is come with your with what you could come up with, or what you think about that would change not just college football. I can't stress that enough. I want us to address college sports. We've got to address college sports. We want to address the whole sports atmosphere, the whole sports arena. Football, basketball, baseball, track, swimming, everything, golf, hunting, fishing. It doesn't matter what it is. Sports, even down to our para sports. We want to address it all. What can we do to bring all of college sports under some type of subjection, if you will, as it relates to finances, as it relates to everything that's dealing with the financial side? That's going to include the transfer portal. That's going to include the NIL. But here's the catch. You know, here's the catch. You got 2 minutes to shoot your shot. So thus us over here on the live, if you will, we've got 2 minutes and we'll be able to talk back and forth. But we want to hear your side of it in the chat. And so when we see your proposal and everything, we want to be able to bring it to the forefront, and we're going to discuss it. And we're going to pretend that we're in the room with Nick Saban, Donald Trump, Tiger Woods, and God knows who else, Urban Meyer, all those guys that are going to be up there today. And Bishop, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Good. Yeah, I hear you loud and clear, Bishop. And that meeting, and plus, by the way, Bishop, shalom unto you, peace and blessings.
Shalom.
My brother. And
good morning, everybody.
And let me do this properly. It's the one. It's the only. Welcome to the stage, Mr. Boomer Sooner, forged by forward fire. It's the Bishop. Come on in, Bishop.
Good morning. Good morning. Do you remember how it used to be September? On, something to remember. Good morning, family. Good morning.
Hold up for a minute.
What's up?
Hold up. Wait a minute. I'm sending someone. They said they can't get in the chat, and I'm wondering why. Because nobody's been blocked.
Yeah.
Nobody's been blocked.
All right. Well, let me talk to them how you do that. Go on and get that done. All right, you guys. Check it out. This is the day y'all been waiting for. I tell you what. If I truly was in that room, they would absolutely lose their mind on what I have to offer. For the simple fact is that first and foremost, if we're gonna start off on the right foot, we have to elevate the women's game to be equivalent as much as possible to the men's. That includes whenever they go to their tournaments, no longer having inadequate equipment and surroundings, and having just as equipped as the men's. On top of that, we know this is big TV, and if it's big TV, then the monies that come through the TV people can be raised so we can divvy up more to all sports. Because you got to understand, the main character is that they are trying to put a cap. I don't think it needs to be a cap unless you're willing to do a collective bargaining. And then we're getting into an area where now our student athlete is no more. He's just an athlete and an employee, which comes with insurance, 401k, time off, sick, all of that type of stuff, and union to boot. So with that said, all I'm saying is increase the TV money and the NIL and put in some bylaws that works for everybody, and also include a new commish that's over the entire NCAA. And that's what I have.
Now y'all see how that goes, and Bishop is going to be back here in just a minute. I'm tending to some things. Something is
you take your time. So we could talk.
And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to have to I'm going to deal with that later, because I am noticing something. And so and I'll get with the White. I'm going to text him in just a minute, and we're going to tend to that. But y'all know how I do it, regardless of what we're happening. Bishop, we got to go over here to the chat for a minute.
Oh, I know we do. I just wanted to give them an idea. You're good.
Because these the folks that make things happen. Well, looky. I see the Huggy himself is here. Good morning to you, Huggy. That's my brother out of Auburn. I hear you, man. You all right with me, even though you from over there on the enemy side. You ain't never done me nothing. I hear you, Huggy. Good to see you, man. You got it. What a good Carla Hinton. What the business is. I ain't got time to go through all the hoopla this morning, and we got some tracks to cover. But good morning, Carla. What's up with you, dear? And all that kind of stuff. And I see Stephen Hicks and the Voices of No Mercy. All right. What's up, bro? Good to see you. Roll Tide to you. Carla and Huggy and Steven. I see my producer Dwight is here. Hey, Bobby Sprinkle, my main man.
Hey, Bobby.
What's up, my man? Roll Tide. I believe you've been busy. I've been busy. All God's children been busy. Hey, but good to see you, my man. Good to see you. And Bobby, we're looking forward to seeing you. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the air real soon. And so I got to get back with you, bro. Good to see you. Lady Latoya. What's up, Lady Latoya? What the business is? Oh, you know, quit playing, girl, and act like you know what the business is. Yes, sir. William Bryant, my main man. Salute. You know what that's all about.
Yeah.
Fishing, wishing, and fishing. Eating, fishing, and wishing. He know what that's all about. Yes, sir. William Bryant, Roll Tide. What's up, Jeff Stapleton? Roll Tide to you. Good to see you, my man. Icebox. What's up?
Ice, baby.
Ice. The coldest truck driver in the land. What's up, Icebox? Roll Tide to you, my friend. Good to see you. Ken, the Bama fan. Roll Tide. What's up with you? What's up with you? Oh, we're going to have a good one today. Double A, good morning and Roll Tide. Good to see you, Double A. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Double A, stay out of trouble now. I know you like the back of both of my hand. I got to watch you, Double A. You might try to pull a fast one today, but you ain't. We ain't going to let you do that, Double A. Not today. Good to see you. Roll Tide to you, Double A. Truth for Joan. What the business is, Truth for Joan? You know. Girl, quit playing and act like you know. How you doing, Truth for Jones? Good to see you and Roll Tide to you. Let me see. Who else up in the joint? Yes, sir. Let me see. I think. Gwen. Good morning, Gwen. Roll Tide to you. What the business is, Gwen? You know.
No.
Yep. Quit playing, girl.
Hold up. You put a little emphasis on that one,
Yeah, boy. I'm putting emphasis on everybody today. Cause look at him. Listen, I got to see. Listen, you remember that song, "Fantastic Voyage"?
Yeah.
The first line of the song says, "I'm the
slide.
leader of this vessel. Take you on a cruise." That's me, boy. And you see how I did it. I had to come dress for the party. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
You see, because when you're getting ready to talk to the president of the United States, you just don't come in. Now, some folk may not like him, all that kind of stuff. I don't agree with a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm gonna be in the man's presence, I'm gonna respect the position. You see what I'm saying? And see, So I want him to know I know how to dress too. That's right. He put on his black and blue with a red tie. I put on my black and white with a yellow striped tie. You see what I'm saying?
I heard that.
I can dress. Yes, I can. I sure can. And see, and Latoya said, a woman go crazy about a sharp dressed man. A woman go crazy about me, period. That's right.
You caught it. Lady Latoya caught it. But you go, girl. That's you. Meeting other minds.
I know. Executive order. And so I want President Nick Saban, Terry Saban, Lou Saban. It don't make no difference to me. I want them to know Piano Man and Long Run Nation is in the house and we represent and we want to know. Now, we want to know. We demand answers. Bishop, we demanding answers. That's what we do.
Hey.
We demanded answers today.
We not only demanded, we showed up.
And look here, don't let it. Where's Stephen Hicks? Voices of No Mercy.
No mercy.
Front and center. I want y'all to let's turn this place out. Turn it out. We not just gonna show up, but you rub us the wrong way and we gonna show out. We ain't scared. We ain't scared of nobody but God. We don't, after God, after the Lord now, don't nobody bother. You better think twice before you jump over here. That's right. Ken the Bama fan, Roll Tide again. Let me see. I saw somebody. Tony Canada, my friend representing them Vols out of Tennessee. What's up, man?
What's up?
What's up? What's up with you? Hey, man, I'm glad you came on with us. We in Washington, D.C., and we there in whatever room they want us in, because we gon' man, but I ain't gonna say what I started to say.
Yeah.
I don't want to incite a riot. But anyway, good to see you, Tony. Good to see you, man. That's
Man,
right.
it'd be nice to have Tez out.
Wait a minute. We gonna get to the chat. We gonna get to the get in a minute. Look what Stephen Hicks put. Somebody put a yeah, it's me, man. It's me in the dress, and I'm the one that's gonna be dressing real nice today. Yeah, yes, sir. I hear
Hey, now y'all see why I put what I put in the chat, huh?
Yeah, buddy.
Put some fire in the chat.
Hey, it's time. Hey, we told y'all the other day. And Bishop, look, I even pulled out. I've been wearing it for the last couple of days. My bracelet, just getting us ready there and everything. It's on, bro. It's on.
You weren't playing today.
It's on. I just want folks to understand. Piano Man ain't playing. We got things to do today and everything. But I think that's everybody. I think we can about go to the back down to the there's Gwen, there's Stephen, there's Bishop. Yeah, 5 kids.
We were having fun in the chat.
I see y'all were. That's what we're talking about. I love it to come over here before the show start. And Steve, listen, there's nothing like getting into a pre-show conversation with Stephen and William. It'll almost make you forget why you up here. I'm serious.
Hey, y'all better know. You better recognize.
Seminoles fan. What's up, Jacob?
Oh, man. They done copied. Hey, I told you people coming. I told you.
What's up? My friend from Florida State. What's up, representing them Seminoles? What the business is, player? Good to see you.
Put it out through the ether. It's time to go to Congress.
Oh, man. Dang. Even Jacob just showed up. We got to represent up here in Washington now, man. Jacob in the house. Linda P. Oh, my God. Linda
P.
Wait a minute. I got to do this one. I
know you do.
I got to do this one. Here we go. Wait a minute.
Give me a hell yeah.
It is Linda P in the house. What's up, Linda P? What the business is? Bishop, the GOAT is him.
Yes, I know. Him.
Yeah, the champ is here. What's up, Linda P? Oh, yeah. Coach Carl. The man, the myth, the legend. The coach. What's up, Coach Carl?
Coach is in the building.
Coach is in the building, y'all. Coach is here. Y'all, his wife is fine. He's fine. Listen, that's two great praise reports, great positive reports that God has done for us this week. And man, we've been praying and making sure. And so, hey, man, I listen, I don't take no credit. I give all glory to the Lord. I just report the news.
There you go.
I just report the news. That's all I do. Yeah, buddy. Yes, sir.
It's a man's world.
Yeah, but it ain't no good without you, baby. But I ain't no good. No good without you, baby. In the fan. Look, well, Bishop, let's hop to it. Let's hop to it. And what I think we will do, we're going to alternate. And so what I think I'm going to do, I see Ken, the Bama fan, has put something
in the chat.
In the chat here. And we're going to
let him start it off.
Ken, the Bama fan says,
you got the first dibs.
Here we go. Ken said, put the waiting year on transfers so they aren't immediately eligible to play again. Bishop addressed that one.
Okay. I hear what you're saying, and I appreciate you bringing that in. Okay, we can do that, but put a little more meat onto that because are we also including the coaches? Because see, the coaches, as we have seen, i.e., Lane Kiffin has left, and they were in the playoffs. So put a little more weight up on that. I like where you're leading, but we got so much to address. What else you got to put in it? Anybody else can help him with that? What else we got?
Yeah, Ken, I will say this, bro. Put the weighting on transfer so they aren't immediately eligible to play again. And like what Bishop just said, include coaches in that, because not only did Lane Kiffin do it with Ole Miss and they were in the playoffs, but think about what happened at Utah.
Yeah.
Why don't you also say if a coach has announced his retirement, he must retire? Especially now, I don't know if old boy turned his papers in, and I don't know if coach turned his papers in or not. But if you say that I'm going to coach you
right
all the way up to the bowl game, and after the bowl game, I'm retiring. But lo and behold, Bishop, in the middle of all of that,
yep,
you up and take a job at Michigan and leave your team. But you're guilty of doing what you're mad what players are doing. I think, Ken, you need to also say, put a waiting year on transfer so they aren't immediately eligible to play again,
right.
But also put a weight on coaches, head coach, coordinators, everybody. If they're in the middle of whatever, unless the present staff where they're serving has given them their blessing to do so.
Right.
But even that, Bishop, needs to come with a price tag.
That's the next thing. That's why I wanted him. Also, if I have a contract with said player, and now we're starting to understand that they have buyouts, that buyout has to be rendered either by the student athlete or by whoever wants that said player.
And so when you extend it like that, Ken, we're not refuting that. We're just saying add some more stipulations to it.
Yeah,
Is
that's
going
all.
to include everybody involved. Because guess what? Now this is how Piano Man sees it. And in the words of Double A, you might not agree with me here, but this is just my little humble, unsolicited opinion. Bishop, when a coach leaves like that, and especially he first of all, he's already announced his retirement. But then he turns around like a week or two later and says that he's going to another school. And then he abandons them. Bishop, that also messes psychologically with the player.
I agree.
With the athlete. So I'm just saying that something also needs to be done. Now, if y'all agree with me on this, y'all say, Piano Man, we got you, or we agree, or even if you disagree, you can put that in the chat. This is just opinions now. Nothing for anybody to get, nothing for anybody to fall out about.
Well, if they disagree, put what stipulation would they add? What else do they? Because understand, this is us. This is our moment at. We're at the White House. So if we're at the White House, what else so you can be heard? This is your moment to be heard. And it's not that I was shooting them down. I just wanted it. I wanted more substance. So when he puts it out there, it has more sustainability. That's it.
Because Ken, that's a good one. Just want you to add some more to that. But listen, you got some good gumbo going. You need to put some more. You need to put some more ingredients in it. You
All
got a
right.
good one started. Put some more ingredients in that, Ken, and you're gonna have yourself. And I'm just saying, add the coaches. And when I say coaches, coordinators, head coach, assistant, it doesn't matter. Anybody that's a part of the staff. I also think that that same suggestion that you have for players, it ought to go for coaches too. It ought to go for them too. They should not be allowed to coach for at least a year, and that'll shut that down. Because see, some of these coaches feel like, Bishop, that some coaches feel like that they are untouchable because I'm the coach.
And what we're saying, then all of a sudden, that is a moot point because now they'll really work toward because no coach wants to sit out. So now let's come with a table that because understand right now they are trying to go to where they put a cap on what these young men can earn, but they forgot the NCAA is the one that put it out there, and you were okay with how it just went along. Now all of a sudden you want to put a cap. Okay, if you put a cap, then the only way to do that, because we don't have a main commissioner, is that you got to allow them to be. You got to have a bargaining.
Yeah.
And then they no longer student athletes. So do they need to go to school?
Now Jeff brings up.
What did Jeff say?
No player wants to sit out either, and that's true.
Thank you. There you go.
No player wants to sit out either. Exactly. But where does the madness stop? Jeff, you bring up a good one, bro. You bring up a good one. What's his name? Played at Auburn. Now he's at Incarnate Word, playing for his 7th team. When does the madness stop? He's not. That dude hadn't sat out since listen. Last time that dude sat out was probably in junior high.
But check this out, and I love the chat. Where are they going with it? What happens when some players get denied and other players get approved?
Okay, Mr. President.
What did he say?
Now here, I'm about to address something. Okay, since you bring that up, I'm gonna bring up what Jeff said and what Jeff said. Let me go back and what Ken the Bama fan said, and I want to pull something together. Since we want to put this stipulation on both on players, and we brought in coaches as well. And Jeff is saying that no player wants to sit out, and Bishop, you said because no coach wants to sit out.
Right.
Then my question is going to be, Bishop, Jeff, and Ken, along with the rest, everyone else.
I love it. Keep
Coach
going.
Carl,
Yeah.
Here's my question: at what point, if you put on caps like this under these suggestions, at what point are we looking at a possible strike? Because now, think about it. If you're talking employees, Bishop, like you said from the start, you're gonna have to factor in at some point or another the one dreaded word that a whole lot of folks don't want to talk about is labor union.
Yeah.
And what happens when the union strikes?
Oh, you don't put some Zataran on in here. Throw some fire in the chat. Now, check this out. You know what? I know my partner's going to get my back. Check this out. Now, you just said something that the whole reason why is so, if they come to the table and they don't address these things that we're bringing up, they are not thinking, they're not forward thinking, because understand, if you don't include that and make sure that everything is addressed, you're being short-sighted, and you're not seeing, you're not ready for explosive growth. So with that said, that's why at times I know they want to curtail the movement of what's going on in the portal and all of this other. But how do you address the back channeling? How do you address the agents are not connected to the universities? And so now you set up, how you put rating systems for national, regional, and local NIL deals?
Wow. Hey, good morning, Diane. What the business is? Diane says Texas is a non-union state. So what happens for schools in states like Texas?
Ooh, thank you, girl.
Well, Diane, let's find out. Let's do this. Let's find out what states are union versus non-union states.
And how you do that? Think of what she just said. Then that means each state as is, if we don't get a head governing person, each commissioner has to deal with each state separately. And some people are going to get the benefit, the full benefit, others going to get partial benefit. And that's going to cause, see, what they did is leaving it so vague. Now, when they're trying to tackle it, it's become a full-fledged adolescent that they're the ones that set it up. But now that they've been playing in it and they saw the fruits of the labor, now to ring it in, do you see how they can do it? Because what we're talking about is you can't leave out that these young men only play the game. And the system of the game of the NCAA was established before they came into it. So really, we're dealing with the wrong part. But I know how they want to do, because they feel that some of these young men are making too much money. Says who? For years and years, you've been making billions upon billions, and ain't nobody said nothing. You done built up, institutions, and you done made weather stations that are elite. You done did broadcast stations. You gonna made up to where some schools have the best of the law schools and film schools. But yet, once again, the driver was the football. And those young men on how the TV deals were built. Well, if you have TV bills with revenue, then with the NIL in existence, and knowing that high schoolers can now participate, depending on which state they are, how do we want to go?
I tell you, man, it gets crucial. But first of all, before I say welcome to Good Morning Twister Roll Tide. Got your text. We know you. Hey, to you, Icebox Bino.
Yeah. Hey, big salute.
Out there. Big salute to you. Thank you for help keeping our world going, and everything to all those first responders. We thank you, and we want to welcome to the stage this morning the one, the only. It's the governor of Discord. It's Governor JB. Good morning, Governor.
Good morning, y'all. Good morning.
I know. Look. Governor came in. He said, "I want some of this."
Yeah. Bishop.
Well, you got it, man.
Bishop, that didn't come out right.
Yeah, y'all
I went
forgive Bishop. It didn't come out right, but you
Bishop
ain't right. See, get your mind right. Get your mind right.
You gonna make
Hey,
Governor clutch his
hey, we
pearls early.
family in here. Go ahead.
You gonna
I
make
can be the
Governor
brunt.
clutch his pearls early this morning. Go ahead, Governor. What's up, man?
What's up, man?
You know the movie scene from Soul Food, right? Big Mama,
Yeah.
burn my arm. I need some butter because there was a lot of things coming in my mind with your last statement. The NCAA and the NIL, the people behind the scenes of that. You know what they really saying? They're saying you're supposed to stay in a child's place. Y'all ever heard that before? Y'all heard that before?
I drink to that.
That's my house. See, people in the chat will understand what we say. Stay in a child's place. That's specifically targeted to a certain minded group, right? Because we're supposed to, you're not worried about what the adults do over here. You're supposed to do what I say, not what I do. Okay. Monkey see, monkey do? No. But
this is gonna be the best gumbo ever. Come on.
Here's the problem that the people behind the scenes didn't understand. You see, back then in that generation where you just had rules and you just followed the rules to stay in your place or lane, you was getting paid by the boosters under the table to feed your family. It wasn't for you to do anything malicious. It was actually for you to actually have some type of well-being. You was noticed. All right. Now in today's society, you're getting game from the street hustlers, your agent, your parent, your coaches, and the biggest backlash that anybody can have, social media. You see, social media talks too much. I'm not going to sign my name to any type of contract or any type of deal because he got hired and I know I'm better than him. But how you know that? Well, he told us on the internet.
So, Governor, let me ask you a question. You're sitting at this round table at the White House today at 4 p.m. And you've got 2 minutes to shoot your shot in front of all of those that are in that discussion. What would be Governor's, if you broke it up into 1 minute of identifying the problem, but 1 minute of saying what could be a possible piece of solution to the problem, how would you address it?
Well, just before I answer, I will have to ask you, who am I talking as? A player or a person trying to control the money?
I would want you to talk, in your case, I would want you to talk as a coach.
As a coach.
But I'm going to spice up the gumbo. I want you to talk from a baseball perspective.
Okay, I'm gonna be real with you. As a coach, I'm gonna want what's best for my players. That's number one. I'm gonna want what's best for my players. I'm gonna want equal opportunity for everybody, but I also got to take care of my bag because that's where we're at right now. We always got to take care of our bag. So my bag is the more guys that I pump out of my high school or my college, the more money and the more exposure I'm going to get, the more endorsements I'm going to get, the advertisements I'm going to get. So I'm going to speak on that aspect. But as a coach, and I've said this before to you, P, regardless of where you go and wherever you play, if you're great, they're going to find you. Regardless of what it is, they will find you.
Right.
You could be working at a grocery store one week and the next week you get called up. It has happened in professional sports.
Yep.
Okay. So don't rush for the money, because you don't want short-term money. You need to look at long-term money. Okay, so you really have to, one, before you come to this table, before I come to this table, my player's going to have their I's dotted and T's crossed. They're going to have that. You're going to have your work ethic. Self-motivation is always the best thing. Your first impression is always going to be the last impression on these people, on the coaches, on the universities, on agents, how your demeanor is, all that. So your character is going to be the biggest thing that they're going to critique before they even get to the film. And these kids, and I would say these kids now because we're adults, these kids don't understand that aspect because they're not being taught that aspect on a daily basis. They're just being taught to, you got to have the work ethic, you got to be this physical shape. It's kind of like, don't get me wrong, Chad, I love y'all, but y'all got to hear me out real quick. It's like the modern day slavery.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? If you 6'6", 200 and something pounds, you're more likely to be looked at than a 5'8", 195-pound guy. You suck at 6'6", but you're 6'6". So your attributes and your physique is what's really going to catch the eye of any person that's coaching this type of sport. But your character is your main thing. So I would say to my guys, your character is going to give you the bonuses, the Derek Jeters of the world, the Ken Griffey Juniors of the world, the Cal Ripkins of the world, the the Ozzie Smiths of the world. Those guys, you might not hear about a lot of dollars, but you know their character is going to leave a legacy behind. If I'm talking about the baseball aspect, you know what I'm saying? I really don't know how I can articulate my words to answer this question, because that's a question that it's a yin and a yang on that one. And from my understanding, from my opinion, that's a yin and a yang, because depending on who you're talking to and what you're talking about. Because not every kid that comes to these tables, and not the kid that comes to these tables is asking, for money. They're really sometimes asking for some type of stability. How is your economics? How is your academics?
Right.
Where is the school at? What resources can I get after that? Those are other conversations that are also being talked about. It's not just money, but they're always going to highlight, well, he wants 1.2 million. That's not just the only thing I'm looking at. Can my parents come see my play? That's a big factor to some of these kids.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't want to highlight. They just want to highlight the money, and it's just the money. That's why I said NIL didn't ruin the sport. It didn't ruin the sport, but they're highlighting like the money is the only thing that these kids are talking about. No, it's not.
It's a conglomeration of things. So I hear you, Governor. I hear you. Bishop, I'm
Read that one.
present you the same thing. I want to present you the same question. But I want you to come at it with it from a financial perspective, like the way you talk with us about how this whole thing breaks down financially.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, let me put this caveat in this disclaimer. If we're going to have true talks, we have to start off with education. Education on how money works. If we're going to come to this table, ladies and gentlemen, then we need to understand what we're really concerned about is not giving these young men and women enough tools in their toolbox to be able to understand how to deal with their NIL to where it doesn't become a detriment, but they have something for future reference. So what we're really saying is we're challenged because we got kids making money, but do they know what to do with that money? Well, then that goes back to, once again, NCAA, when you put it out so vague, now it done reached and grew and it got roots. And now what it is now that we're at this point, really is let's educate, because understand the money is really, the only reason the money is so hyper is because at times when it comes to us being able to get this kid, it comes when it comes in the portal, or we're trying to get a freshman that's out of high school, and they usually go to the highest bidder. But let me ask a question. If they really knew what you were really about, and we had education, and they were fully vested and understood everything when they came to the table, it wouldn't need to be. Because right now is a money grab, for the simple fact is they, in some instance, because the kid and their family, what are they coming out of? What is the premise of why they think that way? See, we always want to deal with the after effect, but if we get to the root, then we can affect how it grows, and then we're not so concerned, because now they have the right outlook to be able to look at it and see that they got a fair market deal versus going for what they know. Because understand, we're in a capitalistic system. So when we're looking at finances, all everybody wants is to make sure that them and their family are taken care of. And understand, you don't need to give them enough to where that they gotta take care of their entire family. But I'm just saying, let's let them have fair market value, and let's not cap it, but let's educate. And then on top of that, let's show them a portfolio versus NIL deals, because some NIL deals aren't equal. Because especially if you go nationally versus locally, a national brand is going to be there year in and year out. And once you turn out of the NCAA into going pro in life or going to the NFL pro, that now becomes a actual deal into the next phase. See, this is where I don't think people are understanding. We have, as the people at the table, we have the opportunity to shape this deal, but we got to look all the way around it, because a lot of times when you say in cap, that's because it's like some instance, some of these people they're not affluent. So when they're making their decisions, they're making a decision, let me get as much as I can. If you're willing to pay it, I'm going to do it. But if I educate you and I help you understand how to utilize and get your portfolio together for NIL, now all of a sudden you're not trying to get the most. You're just trying to make sure you're maximizing, because you realize that money on a compound interest, if I live off just the compound interest, I never touch the principal.
I'm gonna tell you, so with the governor and with Bishop stating their claims, and as we can see, just talking with us. Okay, let me see something from them. Governor, are you there?
Yeah, let's keep going in it, because it'll start off where I can hear everybody. Can y'all hear me?
We hear.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Okay.
I hear you.
Like Bishop would start talking, the next thing you know, I can't hear him no more, and I'm just like, I'm missing a good sermon. So I have to keep going in and out, but it's okay.
Hey, I get you. I give you a cliff note. I would just letting them know that education is where we need to start. We need to educate them on being building a portfolio. That way, you're not trying to get it all in one NIL deal. And when we do that, then to try to put a cap, it makes no sense, because now if we're truly educating and it's going from state to state education, and we got to get some bylaws in that address that if we don't have one commissioner, then you're going state to state, and not every state is equal. So an NIL deal in one state looks totally different than another state that's in another state and that's free of taxes, versus someone who has taxes, versus someone who's in the union and someone not in the union. So there's levels to it. And this is where I feel that education is the truth that we want to reach, because what we're saying is we don't want these kids to, we want to put a cap, but what are you putting that cap on? They're just utilizing the system that was put before them.
Go ahead, Governor.
Is he there? Governor, you there?
The governor get faded out again?
Yeah, well, I think so. Go ahead and read this one. I've been interested in this one.
Yeah. What Diane says, I think the biggest thing that should change is if you take the NIL money, you sign a contract that can only be broken if mutually agreed. If you break the contract, you have to pay back money with penalty. And guess what?
I agree.
I agree.
I agree with that. That Miss Diane, ooh, you're 3 times a lady. That's what we're talking about. And then let's piggyback that. I'm gonna link yours with mine and with what we started off earlier. The key is we want to make sure the kids can handle what's given them. Let's just get to the root of it. We're really concerned that some of these kids that don't know how money works, the money could be a detriment to them. Well, the only reason it's a detriment because they're not educated on how money works and how to work it in their best interests. Because see, what we're really saying, because with Diane's deal, now all of a sudden we educate them and make that a firm deal and make that part of the, when you come on board with us, this is what we're going to offer. We're going to offer you a conglomerate. When you come on, we're going to educate you on how money works, how NILs are not all equal. There are national, regional, and local. Understand the mama and pops are the local. The regional might be your 7-Elevens or something like that, or your car dealerships that's in a regional area. And then your national ones is when you get on the level where you get a Lamborghini across the United States to support you, or IBM or Big Blue, or I'm just thinking anybody that has commercials on TV that are nationwide, if they become to support you, unless something major come through, they're not going away. That's almost guaranteed money, and we can't fully guarantee it, but that's almost something you can land on. Versus regional, it's got a 10-year stint, but in that 10-year stint, you have the ability to renegotiate. Versus local, which is mama and pops, it's predicated on the going economy. And as long as we address that, now we don't have to put a cap. But what we do need to do is put bylaws and see if it's important enough to get a commissioner in so that we can make it even across the board. Because otherwise, trying to work through each state, they're not equal. So that's where I feel we need to start. But great point, Miss Diane.
Exactly. And that's what basically what Jeff was saying. But Jeff said, and I should have started and I did not.
Yeah.
When Jeff asked a question,
Go ahead.
were like who all was going to be in attendance. And I remember, but it was something else that he added to it. But Jeff, here's what and y'all help me out here. I'm going to be see something here. Governor, are you back?
Yeah, I hear me.
Hey, Governor. Did you catch it?
Yeah, I caught that part. So
okay.
Before P goes into breaking down, you said something about equal. Okay, so I get what Diane is saying. I get what y'all are saying. You know, if you take an NIL deal, you don't basically complete your contract, you should get charged a penalty. Do these rules only apply to players, or do they apply
you hit that softball out of the park.
Money. And last time I checked, the players actually make the university. So if the players got to hold up to a contract, and if they don't fulfill it, they get charged with a penalty. But these coaches can leave with guaranteed money.
And so that's why I said earlier, Governor, that the same rule, and that's what. Let me see. Wait a minute. I'm gonna give a person credit who I think was Ken, the Bama fan.
Ken,
he said,
yeah,
put the waiting year on transfers so they aren't immediately eligible to play again. And we told him add coaches to that too, because it's going to make them accountable as well.
Right.
And so what you expect out from a player also needs to go to a coach, whatever capacity they play, whatever role they play within the spectrum of coaching. That same rule needs to be applied to them as well.
Like, don't talk to me about production when Jimbo Fisher didn't do no damn production at Texas A&M, but then leaves when y'all still owe him 10 to 15 million. But you're going to criticize a player for leaving to make a better decision for not only his family, but maybe his NFL career. I'm confused.
Hey, Governor, that total deal of letting that coach go, $72.6 million to go fishing.
Oh, Jesus, I do. That's a lot of fishing, man. That's a lot of fishing.
But the players is messing up the game. I'm confused.
See,
no, Governor, that's the Governor, hit that thing I like to hear you say.
Like, what are we talking about here, bro? Like, real. What are we talking about? If you don't, and that's what grinds. You say, I got to pull the Peter Griffin out. That's what really grinds my gears. We only talking about the players in NIL because that's what the media is telling you what they want to talk about. Pull the layers back. Stop watching what you see on social media and making a comment and actually dive in on what's going on. It's behind the scenes. They're the ones pulling all the strings, but they're only going to tell you, it's Fox News. They're only going to tell you exactly what they want you to talk about. And we always talk about the players. The players this, the players that, the players that. Everybody should be held accountable for everything. Because when the players win, who gets most of the credit? The coach. When the team loses, who gets the blame first? The coach.
And here's my thing, and Diane, coaches are under contract. That's what the problem is. The coaches are under a contract and they're able to break the contract. My point is that when, I forgot the guy's name, when he told Utah that he was going to coach them up until the bowl game, and when the bowl game was over, he was going to retire. In the middle of all of that, what he did was he turns around when Michigan saw, I'm going to put it on out there, when Michigan saw that Kalen DeBoer was not coming to Michigan, when Michigan saw that Alabama, don't mean no hard feelings here, Bishop, but when Michigan saw that Alabama beat Oklahoma and they were not
It's the
going to
truth.
get Kalen DeBoer,
Come on, man.
they in turn turned their sights
Yep.
to the guy at Utah. Because reminder, I know this is going a long way around the barn to come in at the door, but let's put all the chips on the table. This dude's name didn't even come up in the first go round. It was Kalen DeBoer. It was Jed Fish out of Washington.
Yep.
It was someone else. Up out of nowhere comes this guy out of Utah. Now he's gonna announce his retirement. He's told all the world he's going to retire. And soon as they're in the middle of a bowl run. And then he says, I'm going to Michigan. And now what needs to happen with just from where I'm sitting, because he broke his contract, because he was still coaching. He's still coaching. The bowl season is still part of the season. He's still coaching. He left them and went to Michigan. Some type of fine, some type of fine should have been levied against him, because in my opinion, he broke a contract. He did something that he himself as a coach has probably, I don't know for sure, but has probably talked about other players who have done the same thing. And all I'm saying is whether you're under contract or no, money is money and rules are rules. And what's good for the goose must be good for the gander. So if he can do it, if he does it, then be quiet when a player does it.
Hey, so that's what I'm saying. Because Diane, I love this interaction, because we're not coming at you directly. We're having a conversation. I love to have conversations like this, but I look at words. You said in your first initial comment statement, if a player is having NIL money, I can't read it right now. If a player has NIL money and they break a contract, they should play with penalty. Agree, because that's what a contract is. But then with this last statement, you just said, well, coaches are under contract, and if they decide to buy them out, that's on them. So then, but you never used the word penalty. You said that they were going to buy the coaches out. So why not buy the players out? Why the players got to, if they contract, then why the players got to have a penalty, but the coaches don't? You could buy them out. I'm confused.
Yeah, penalty. It needs to be a penalty. And I think that's what you meant. Matter of fact, I got you.
Right, what you meant. But I'm saying, I'm looking at it.
I would do a buyout. I'm okay with the buyout, because if we're thinking about it, what a buyout does is saying, okay, and now here's another thing. The interpretation of the actual contract. When they wrote it, did they write it for 1 or 2 years?
That too.
See, a lot of times this is, and understand, us as fans, we're now getting through Piano Man's format, we're now getting when we thinking stuff, this helps you to understand why it's so important to know as much as possible, because when you start think about it and you peel it back, all of a sudden it's like, oh wow.
Because I'm going to touch on that, and then I'm going to touch on this comment that
Go ahead.
put up. So the last statement I wanted to say is, damn, the buyout. You're going to lose on your investment. You're agreeing that you're losing on this investment. Okay, cool. Players make the coach, right? Because a great coach is only as good as his players. I don't care what sport, it could be pee-wee. A good coach has great players.
Right.
So in order for the coach to get a bag, he needed the players, right? I'm just because it goes hand in hand. It goes hand in hand.
Right.
The it's gonna come back to because I had it on, but I saw that comment with Jeff. The double standard with sports, because I'm to the double standards with sports. He said it doesn't work. Double standards can't work in sports. Yes, it does. They showed us that every single day. We had that conversation. Men's sports and women's sports. It does work.
Yeah.
It is working the way that they want it to work. It's always a double standard.
Yeah.
It's not in the sport that you have. Oh no, there we go. I remember the comment. Now. Sorry to cut you off, Bish. So
No, you good. Cook.
we were complaining about the NIL, right? We're complaining about all that. Now we're starting to pull the layers back. So then why are we complaining about the retention that Courtney Morgan is going in? Because instead of having all these buyouts with bad players, we're trying to get the right players to come in that's going to stay there for your school.
Governor, hold that point right there. But I'm gonna catch a ride with you right there, Governor.
Go ahead.
The way you just framed that, something just sparked, a thought just happened. I think that's what you're seeing happen at Alabama. I'm just going to use Alabama as a ground zero right there. I think that's what you're seeing happen at Alabama right about now, all the way around, all across the board. What am I getting at? Is what you just said. They might be letting players go in all of the sports in order to attract the right player that they need or that they're wanting to make a particular program successful.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they're doing. Some of us, we're as fans, we've allowed our feelings to get in the way, as opposed to looking at some things from a productive business perspective. That in order for you, it's called pruning. From farming terms, it's called pruning. You got to cut away some stuff. And it just may be, Governor, what you're saying, it just may be that guy or that gal that you like. That sorry, but we're trying to build here in order for the future. For the right now, we're trying to do some things, but in order for the future to be brighter, we've got to take care of business right now in order to get us to where we're competitive, even in the boardroom, if you will, because this is all about business now. And so, like what you said, a coach is no greater. The coach is no greater than what is. Let me see. That's 4. I forgot how to count there for a minute. But the coach is no greater than the players and the staff around him. So there comes a pruning period. And so I think, Governor, when you said what you said, how you framed it, that thought came to my brain.
Let me, boy, that exploded.
Cooking.
Deanna, man, this is where now we wanted the NFL. We got it, but we got to transition. Because understand, when we are losing these players, what we need to do, if we truly have everybody has a buyout deal, and if these universities want them, then great. We know the format and we have a foundation. The problem is not everybody has a buyout.
Right.
And on top of that, when that player goes, you're not mad that they're going. You hate to see them leave, but you want them to land on their feet. But you know that we come to agreement. We got to get better. And sometimes answering that question is going to cut us as well as anybody else. But the bottom line is, if it's the truth, it shall set us free. So if that's the case, then okay, young man, hey, we're gonna help you out. Go ahead, go in that portal, and make sure you link up before you go on the portal. Link up with some people, and we already got a buyout set forth. That's what this committee should be working on today, is making sure we got bylaws, so that way when something happens, you're not taking it personal, but you know that as part of the business, then business is being done good. Everybody's clean.
Oh, see,
It's a problem where you leave gray areas, and now all of a sudden people are playing in that gray area.
See, the thing is, you complain about the NIL, but you wanted the NIL to be a certain thing, right?
Right.
You say Alabama ain't got no money. The NIL is supposed to, because that's the narrative. NIL is messing up the college sports. But when Cam Coleman went to the portal, yeah, you got to give him everything that he wants. I'm sorry, me personally, I don't want a team for the portal guys, transfer portal guys. I don't want them, because then what's the point of recruiting? Don't tell me go get the best players, but then complain if that guy doesn't stand up. Man, we had this guy, we got this guy on the squad. Why is he not playing? What? Well, you didn't say that. You said you wanted to get the best players. Now you got the best players. You spent all your interest and you spent all your funds on this best player, and then you want to complain 3 weeks later in the season, oh, why this guy not playing up? You see, that's bad coaching. But see, the method that they're having right now, they want the guys that they recruited, they want them developed up, they want them the retention to be here to 3 to 4 years. So if we do have to go in the transfer portal, you're only going to get 1 or 2 guys. I don't want a whole goddamn team of transfer portal guys.
Yeah.
So which one is it?
It's something, but right quick, y'all look who has made it to the chat. It's the man, it's the myth, it's the legend, it's the biggest enemy of three-stroke Charlie. It's Coach Carl. What's up, Coach?
Well, I gotta be the enemy of three-stroke. Well, I gotta be three-stroke Charlie enemy.
Hey, get him, Coach Carl. Get him.
Because he ain't even on my radar screen. I just play better than him. That's all.
Because I got more strokes than him or something?
I just say, Governor. What's up, Coach?
Come on, Coach. Do your thing.
Come on with it, Coach.
Not much, man. I was just sitting back listening, man. And I heard what y'all was talking about. I said, well, I think there may be a conversation for the old ball coach.
Come on.
Go ahead and jump in.
Because we looking at it from the eyes of ourselves. You're not looking at it from the eyes of these kids. These kids come from disenfranchised environment. Some of them come from poverty. Some of them come from excellent household with 2 parents that making good income. But most of them, of the kids now in college, come from the hood. You're going to tell a hood kid that he can't capitalize on something that people been capitalized on for years. Well, then what are we saying? If you're going to allow the NCAA to pay players, and now that the kid actually got to the point where he good enough to get paid, why are we so upset now? I'm not upset, bro. Like, I understand what the kid doing. I understand what the concepts are, where they coming from. But I do understand how everybody feel about it too. Yeah, it should be some rules in place to slow down the transfer. Should be some rules in place on the NIL. But until the rules are in place, get a collective bargain agreement, or you get some type of salary cap going on. Hey man, these kids gonna do what they gotta do to make the money they gonna make. Cause NFL is short lived. It's very short lived. So if they can't capitalize on their talent right now in college, and then they don't make the NFL,
Thank you.
what type of issue that we gotta look at now? So they didn't capitalize on their talents when they was in college. They didn't make it to the league, right? Now they don't make it to the league. They in your living room because hey, they didn't get enough money in college. They didn't get enough money in the NFL. Now they inside our living room with shotguns trying to take our heads off because now they don't have an education because they only went to school to play football. So the education part of it is done. You didn't make enough money. So what next? You gonna turn back to the streets? You turn back to violence? You turn back to drugs? And here we are now. We're dealing with a bunch of kids that's probably gonna go out here and rob and kill the world, or a bunch of kids that end up in prison because the future is light. Let them get their money while they can. I really say that. I just say that NCAA need to put a limit to it, put a bargain on it. Make these NIL thing more about what you earn and not what you're giving.
So, Coach Carr, quick,
Hmm?
I'm gonna say something on the panel, and y'all know y'all gonna understand exactly what I mean. Which hood kids you talking about? Because you got kids that live in the hood, and then you got kids that are from the hood.
That from the hood,
They're different.
right?
Right.
It's a total different. But I'm talking about all kids, period.
Okay.
Because all kids are made different.
Right.
Everybody's not the same. Some kids you gonna see, man, they're gonna go out here, they're gonna flourish. Some kids gonna suffer. We gotta make sure that the one that flourish can flourish and the one that can't don't have to worry about it.
If they really want to make it fair, make camps free.
Ooh.
Camps are never gonna be free, bro.
I know that. I know that.
Yeah, camps are never gonna be free. Because the reason why camps will never be free, simple reason, is man, who gonna take all the time to damn train all them kids?
That's true. But I'm just saying, you got you got certain kids that as your coach, you know, there's certain kids that's rated stars, and you be like, Man, nah, he's not a 4 or 5. He might not even be a 3 star. But the program that he's coming from, or the high school that he's coming from, is putting more emphasis on him than the kid that's down the street.
Yeah, I mean, that's always gonna be the case. Why? Because this kid here probably have a higher ceiling than the other kid. The kid here probably come from a better environment. You can be from the projects and come out of the projects and damn be a 900 star. It just depends on what your family life is like. If you got good family life, then people really gonna start looking at that. If your
Oh,
family life terrible, they're gonna look at you different.
so they
Nowadays with NIL profile, if you walk on a bad if you living in a horrible neighborhood with a single mom, bro, you might not get a deal. Just be real with you.
so what you're telling me is because you got to say it for the chat, the people in the chat to understand. We understand. So what you're telling me is scholarship is not because they say the kids need to appreciate you getting a scholarship. Mm,
The
not necessarily.
scholarship is not even the do all see all anymore.
Not
It's not even
necessarily.
about the
Bingo.
scholarship anymore. Nowadays, it's about the NIL. Now, when
It's
you got kids out here that care more about the schooling than they do playing sports. Those kids are the one that go to school and graduate, may not make it in the NFL, but hey, they have a hell of a future because they going out there getting their education because they know the NFL stands for not for long.
So what they're telling you is that stay in a child's place. They profiling.
If not, I wouldn't really say stay in a child place, because if they stay in a child place, then they're gonna be looking for somebody to control what they're doing every little step of the process. And, mom and dad got to tell me when to get out the bed in the morning. Mom and dad got to check on me. Mom and dad got to make sure I'm going to class. No, we don't need you to stay in the child place. We need you to stand up and learn how to be an adult. But you being adults from youth. Don't go out here and trying to do what we do as adults. We have to do what we have to do. Sacrifice what we got to sacrifice to make things happen for our family. Or if you don't have a family, for yourself. We gotta teach our kids the same mentality. It's about a grind. You go out here, you grind, and you're working for your folks, your family. You represent your people. You're not representing yourself, because if you represent yourself, you really don't care. Especially a young folk, they don't care. So we gotta put the mindset in like our parent put on us. Man, you represent the name, and your last name is the brand. You can't mess up the brand, because you go out here and do something stupid in the street. Mama might get fired from her job.
Right.
See,
Yeah.
that's what we
So
got to get back to.
yeah.
So the
That's
What?
what's missing.
so the
So
teachers. Go ahead. Go
then
ahead.
go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, so the teachers, and when I'm saying the teachers, I'm talking about the people allowing these kids. Don't get me wrong; they're not just looking at the talent; they're looking at your background. They're looking at your mannerisms, all that does take a factor in if I'm going to bring you to the culture that I want you to be. But if I don't want to teach you this culture, then I'm going to overlook you. I don't want to take on that responsibility, being because the parents that are allowing their kids to go to any type of university, they're allowing the coach to be their mentor when they're not there. Because it also says it takes a village, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, but
are,
when you
are these
when you
coaches
get
really
done when you get down to college,
kids just
when you get to
investing in
college, JB,
W's?
when you get to college nowadays, man, these coaches care more about training process and winning process. Most coaches are not mentors anymore.
That's the
They're
problem.
just out here teaching you the game. Now they got people coming in that teach you finances. Cause young kids have dealing with money, so now they got people coming in and teaching finance. Then you got people that come in and give them mental health counseling, because a lot of kids playing football just to get the money, and when they can't get on the field, it start affecting them mentally. Or when they go out
Mm,
here and they think they're a 5 star, and then you realize that you really ain't a 5 star. Only reason you
mm.
became a 5 star because you camped a lot. So now you looking around like, man, I'm not really a 5 star. So mentally, I'm fucked up, because I don't know how to handle the fact that, hey, I really can't play the game that I love at this level. I was good in high school, but I'm really not good in college. Or I was good in college, but I'm really not good in the pros. So mentally, I can't handle myself mentally.
And
The game,
and
the game progressed before faster than I did, and I'm lost.
yeah. And see, this is what I'm driving at. If you and Code Call, you know where I'm coming from with the soul mission. You know what's set up. Cause see, the key is we have to look, we gotta help them become a well-rounded young man and know the ins and out of every area. You can't, because see, here's the key
Hmm.
is that not everybody's going pro to
Facts.
the NFL. But if they can learn how money works and we set them up on a system and internships and different things, co ops that we have, and they take advantage of it, they can set up a primary and their family for legacy finances. But the thing is, not every school provides that. That's where all of a sudden now NIL becomes the focal because, of course, the machine wants us to look at NIL as the the bad thing, but it's not. It's those who know how to work the system is working the system. Those who don't are getting lost. And they're like, well, wait a minute. It's not equal. Well, it's not equal because we're not playing on an equal platform. Our system is not based to make sure that everybody starts off at the same point.
You see, people want Nick Saban so bad, man. And this is what kind of gets under my skin. I get when I hear people say, well, we need Nick Saban back, or we need some type of caliber coach to be like Nick Saban. Look at Nick Saban's rosters. All those kids weren't polished. Understand what I'm saying when I say polished. They didn't come from great neighborhoods. They didn't come from a 2-parent household. Someone came in with kids, with children. He didn't just teach them football. He taught them other things. If you look at them rosters, all those headhunters that you see on them squads and that we like to look back at, he had to mold them into men. That's the coach I want to have.
But guess what? That's what I'm saying. We all want that coach, JB. But how many of those coaches out there? Those coaches only came from the Nick Saban coaching tree.
Yeah, they're gone now.
Most coaches right now, bro, they ain't trying to do all that.
They're more pre-dominant than wide receivers. I swear to gosh.
But they ain't trying to do all that, man. These guys in the position coach, they hustling hard. They trying to train the guy, get them a first round draft pick. They start pumping out first and second round draft picks. Then you know what happened? They become the hottest new name in the head coaching race. Or they become the hottest new name in the NFL coaching circuit. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to elevate themselves to make more money. How you gonna control a 18-year-old when you making a $230,000 and that kid making $3 million?
So did the NIL mess up the game, or did the coaching contracts mess up the game?
The game ain't messed up. Only thing about the game that we don't like, the game is still the game. Football is still a kid's game that everybody loved to play when we was young. Even little girls love to play football when they was young. Everybody love to play football. It's still the same game. It's not messed up. We just got to figure out ways to control some of these demons inside of it, man. When you start putting billionaires in the sports, putting billionaires in the high school sports, now you got billionaires in the college sports, man. The game ain't messed up. The game just changes. They're making kids not want to play the game for the love of football. They don't really have a why they play football anymore.
Yeah.
They have a reason to play football because everybody want to get to the NIL. But while you played football back in the day, we tried to get mama a new house. We wanted mama a car. Back in our day, we wanted to put mama in a Cadillac because Cadillac was the show. It was the thing that everybody wanted was a Cadillac. Every kid wanted a Cadillac. Then when I get in my age and up in the 20s and 30s, everybody wanted a Mercedes Benz. I gotta get my mama a Benz.
BMW. So they don't know about the Thunderbird.
Yeah, so now everybody, Thunderbirds and Camaro back then, right? Now everybody trying to get their mama a Bentley, or they want to get their mama one of those super fast cars, McLarens and stuff like that. So that's what the game going. The guys that really want to play football, they trying to make it so mama don't never have to work again in their life.
Right.
That's the
And
reason.
so, yeah. So let me put some numbers to this financial. We're talking about it. Let's bring it home. If I have a $1 million NIL deal, the interest, I figured it up. The interest is for a year is $275,000. You're telling me if I earn interest of 275,000, when do I ever touch the principal if I'm educated and I know how to maneuver and operate and make my money grow by putting it in different engines, a portion of it, and then making so I plant seeds and then taking care of what's remaining. I can still take care of me and my family because what do I need? I'm playing football and majority of my basics needs are taken care of.
The
And
problem,
then let me finish that off.
go
When I
ahead.
get after 4 to 5 years, the compound principal after those years is $27.4 million. But see, they're not willing to, if you set up a foundation where across the board, this is taught and how money works and how the compound interest and principal grows and how you can just work off of the dividends, all of a sudden you have a format. But see, what we're really talking about, miseducation of our systems. It didn't even include it, and so now we left it up to the individuals that's participating in it and the coaches to sort of work around in it, i.e., uh, general manager committees are now needed because you need people that know how to work NFL contracts because not everybody's made equal, but you still have that one kitty pot, and now you have to put accelerators to fit all your key components so you have the best team possible to go win a natty.
It all messed up when they started putting these kids' contracts on display. That's why probably these kids are touching it because they're not just getting pressured on their family members; they're getting pressure on the environment that they're in. So I know you got this money, so
Yep.
probably they have to go in there and spend it so they can get they put a target on these kids' backs when they started posting their contracts on social media.
And see, and now, I'm gonna give a little pushback, Governor.
Go
How do
ahead.
we have a standard of what each position is the minimum, the baseline for it if we don't know what's the going rate? And see, this is where the problem is. The NCAA, they chose to be butthurt and just throw something out that was so vague that once it started growing up and become an adolescent, now that people don't want to deal with it because they allowed us to play in it and manipulate it and grow it to what it is today. But when in actuality, all it needed to be is you have to get involved. You have to put bylaws. But since they didn't do that, this is where we're at. But you just need to understand that, okay, if this is where we're at, then we got to shift and make a mind shift to make sure, okay, if that's the case, then moving forward, when I'm in I have one of my kids linked to me, I'm making sure in the 7th grade they're registered with the NCAA because the people don't know if you register in the 7th grade, some of those camps, those regional camps, they will put you in because you register with them and you've been putting in huddle film. So now you can go to the regional and earn one of the national ones. But see, nobody knows this. And I know Coach Callers know what I'm talking about. There's not enough education because if we would be able to educate or get enough enough people are in front of these young men, then we can move forward. But right now, we got to be honest. the dispensation of the system that was the NCAA that we knew of is no more. And
You
this
know,
new one takes a little bit of different. It's not where, is a bagman behind the scenes. They're out full fledged, and we told them, hey, you got it. Because understand, we said the agent can't be linked to the university. Great. Then who is the agent? And what is their focus? And how are they there for the university? No, they're there for their client.
They there for themselves, Bishop.
I
yeah.
know. I know.
Them,
I
them,
served that
agents,
to you.
them agents ain't there for these kids, man. You got vultures out here. You got good agents out here. You really do got some really good agents out there to look out for the kid that, not charging no 15-20% on NIL deals. They getting a minimum, like really, really small minimum, kind of like the NIL in the NFL model. Right? Agents don't get a whole lot of money. I think they get like 3 to 5% in the
Yep.
NFL. And you
Correct.
got some NFL agents that's getting into the NIL space for that reason, for that single purpose. Because they trying to make it so that if I'm offering the kid 3 to 5%, they all gonna sign with me, and that's gonna make everybody else get to the model, NFL model, or the 3 to 5%. Because you can't target every kid. Because now the kid knowing this agent only charge 3 to 5, everybody gonna sign with that agency, kind of like they do now with the guys in like Rich Paul, Cash Money, or Young Money, whoever it is, that Jay-Z, Rock Nation.
Yeah.
They only charging these low percentages so they get all the clients.
Yep.
When they get into the NIL space, everybody in NIL space gonna have to get like them, or they're gonna get left behind. And that's the good part of it. That's what I'm waiting on. See, when the
Yeah.
commissioner, if we ever get a commissioner in the NCAA, that commissioner will put a cap on how much you can earn in the college space. Once you put a salary cap on it, and then you got to go out here and perform. Like, if people talk bad about Cam Coleman, right? Every time I start talking NIL, you hear Cam Coleman, Cam Coleman, Cam Coleman. Cam Coleman earned whatever he got from
Yeah, he did.
Texas.
No doubt.
Whatever Texas gave him, he earned it. He put that on the field. He left it on the field. He made his NIL what it is. Every little penny that he got, he earned it. I can't take nothing from him. If he said he wanted 20 million and somebody gave it to him, hell, he earned that money. Caleb Downs, if he wanted to go out there and get more money, he earned it.
Let's earn it.
These kids that earn it, pay it. These kids coming out of high school that had the potential to earn it, give them a little bit of it. You want to give $8 million contract, put some stipulations on it. That's all I'm saying.
I
Don't
agree.
just give them
Well,
something and then 2 months later they get in your program and they decide they don't want to be in your program no more. And then
right.
they walk away with whatever you gave them to sign. Nah, they put some stipulations on it. My
I,
issue now with teams like Alabama, man, we paying kids $50,000 to come in for a visit. If that's what college football is heading to, but now the kid to visit your campus, you gotta pay them. That's where the commissioner come in at. You gotta go back to the damn old model. I'm paying you to come in for this visit. I'm not paying you money to come visit. I pay for the damn trip. I pay for the gas. We pay for
Right.
the room. They feeding you the whole trip. But if I gotta give you 50 grand to come to my school, but I might as well come visit you at home.
can I throw a
Exactly.
in there? Not to cut you up here. I know you better. Can I throw a twist in there though, real quick?
Go ahead.
Okay. I don't want. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm out of the window. I say don't change nothing.
Thank you.
Don't change a damn thing. You know what I want? Give me the education. Here where I'm going with you. Here where I'm going with this, y'all. Give me the education on how to do finance and how I can finance my money properly. Because when you start to get that type of insight on how money actually works, then you're using that knowledge to invest in yourself. And then I'm going to pass it down to the next person. and then pass it down to the next person, and pass it down to the next person. Eventually, hear what I'm saying, it's going to certain individuals, right? It's going to start, that information is going to start to go to certain individuals. So then now, when time goes on, those certain individuals is going to be at a level where other individuals didn't want them to be at.
Well,
Do you
I got you on that part.
You understand what I'm saying, though?
I understand what you're saying. But what about the part, though, Governor, where what Coach Carl was saying, that if I've got to pay you just to visit,
Mm-hmm.
and then you still don't commit to me?
I don't think you understood what I said.
No.
I don't think I understand.
Governor meaning piano. Teach the kid finances, and then you give kid a future. If you teach them how to manage their money, you will teach them how to survive. That's what I always say.
But that's what
problem is we still got schools, we still got classrooms, we still have teachers. That if you're a superstar athlete, they're gonna give you the grades that you need so you can continue to play. And then once you finally get to college, you realize college ain't what it is. School ain't for you because you didn't take it serious. They not gonna try to learn finances.
I'm not against what I think. The part where I'm kind of hung up on is if I've got to pay you just to come and visit. Now, if I get you there, okay, now that's a horse of a different color. But if I pay you just to come and visit, then once you leave and you're going to another school, just say for instance $50,000 from me, then you go visit Governor School, he has to give you $50,000 just to visit. Then you go to the next school, $50,000, then you do the math. And you ain't committed to nobody.
Oh, you
just got visitation money.
Yeah, I'm just collecting money.
You're just collecting money. That's where my problem lies.
Yeah, but P, this is why that star system doesn't work, because we know that the 5 stars, that's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
And so where's the commitment? That's where now I agree with everything Governor just said, providing now that and there's something else Governor taught me. I'm not hung up on who's committed to who. I'm hung up on who's the signed on the dotted line.
Right.
Are you in? Because that's another thing Governor and I talked about. Governor never gets excited about a commitment. He gets excited about signing day. Now, that's when you want to see Governor smile, show up at signing day, and you done sign on the dotted line. But the way things are going now, shucks, even that's even in question. So here's how we're going to get ready to end in just a couple of minutes. So this is what when Governor got kicked out. Here's what Governor, this is what I was about to get to. So here we go. Nick Saban, Urban Meyer, Mac Brown, Charlie Ward, Tony Dungy, Greg Sankey, Tony Pettetti, Jim Phillips, Brett Yomark, Tom Pernetti, Charlie Baker, P. Becca Cueva, Jamie Pollard, Joe Castellone, Tiger Woods, Bryson DeChambeau, Condoleezza Rice, Cody Campbell, along with President Donald Trump. That's who's all in the meeting today. This is how we're going to close out. Starting with Coach Carl. out of all of these folks that I just named, what needs to be said, Coach?
Keep the kids in mind. Put the kids and their families first over the universities. And when we start talking about NIL purposes, transfer purposes, let's make it so it is kid friendly. At the same time, let's make them earn it. We gotta start giving these kids the world, because if you give it to them, they ain't gonna damn respect it. Let's make them earn what they get. It's called name, image, and likeness. So if you're making a name for yourself, and you're building that image of yourself, and you're gaining the likeness, you can capitalize on it. But if you're not, let's start giving it to them. I don't want to give a kid, and that's what Coach Saban gonna tell you. I don't want to give a kid $1 million to come to my school and play for me, knowing he never ever played a snap in college. Cause you have kids like Ty Simpson, man, came out of high school as a 5-star, and took him 4 years to even play. So what makes him better than the next guy? What made him better than a kid that like Trinidad Chambers that came out of high school with a no-star and may be one of the best college football players in America? What set them apart? Because he came from Tennessee. His dad was a coach, had a little money to drop to some camps. Now he got star rated. That's the only difference. He was a 5-star and Trinidad was a 0-star. But we all see Trinidad may be the better quarterback, right?
Mm-hmm. Then he win in the other.
Say that again, Governor.
I was saying, didn't Trinidad win at the other level before he came to Ole Miss?
Yes.
He won at every level.
He won at every level. Yes.
That's a winner. Okay.
So my picture would be to look out for the kids. You can't come here trying to govern the world and look out for ourselves. We still in the old model. It's a new model. Let's just put a little stipulations on it. Put it back to where it originally was supposed to be. Earn your way, earn your pay. And then let's see how it turns out. That'll slow down all these vultures. That'll keep the snakes out of it. Because now, if you earn your way, a snake can come in here and bargain for $8 million purchase and take $3 million of the 8 and leave the family with 5. So that's what we got. That's what we got to figure out. If we can get that line out, the kids will be able to capitalize on their money, on their name, image, and likeness in all states and high schools. The reason why most states won't do it, because they don't want the kids out here, man, getting shot up in the streets, because they making $1 million here, and the other kid down here in Montgomery ain't making no money. Now you gotta come from Birmingham to play a kid in Montgomery. The kid gonna try to take your head off because you $1 million guy. We gotta get it. We gotta get the vultures out of it, so the game get back to being fun to watch.
That's in every arena. That's in every at every sport. Bishop, what needs to happen today?
Well, I'm so thankful to be a part of this committee, because what we had was a dialogue that allowed for everybody's voice to be heard. And the bottom line is when given an opportunity, we need to realize that since we have the NCAA have made this choice, they basically set this up, and this is the system we currently have. Then let's educate, because really the bottom line is we're real concerned of that. It's not reaching every student is not equal or given the same privilege to the same system. Some people know how to utilize it better than others. And then on top of that, they're more equipped to be able to know how to get in that system and drive it. So where we're at is ask ourselves, the reason why the agents from the NFL are all of a sudden coming in is because in the NFL it's 3 to 5% of the contract. Well, in college, there's been some that's been earning 20%. You do the math. Why you think they're coming in? Because they see, okay, well, if I okay, let's say I don't do 20, I do 15, I do 14. But if the going rate that when it started off was 20%, you see how, wait a minute, in the NFL it's 3 to 5, but you get more deals. I get that. But hey, we talked about getting rid of the vultures. We have to own up that the dispensation of this financial system has changed, and we got to educate. But this comes to where the governing bylaws and the commissioners, they have to act in our best interest of our children. Because see, the children only get in the system once the system is already established. They didn't create it. They just go into it. It's up to the governing entity commissioners to make sure they at this roundtable that it's understood. The only problem is there are certain people that's driving the cost up because all they're seeing is dollar signs, and that might be shaped by the mindset of where they come from and different worldviews. And then you're having the vultures to come aside of them. They need their piece, so they're driving up even more. The problem is we're not looking and answering the right questions. And we're not educating. And we're not, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. We're not equal. Let that sink. We're not equal. Because we haven't even touched the women's sports.
And
we know it's disproportionate, but here's what we're saying is that if we're going to go at it, since it's here, why are we so afraid of it? Won't we get to where the problem is not every university want to operate because they still are operating off the old system and they haven't done their pruning, and now they are projecting from where they're at and not wanting to come along and realize the dispensation of the system has changed. They want the old system. That system is it's been changed since 2020. It changed. So how about let's learn how to better be utilizing this system so we can move forward.
This system is broken.
Yep.
We gotta fix the system to keep football the way it is. The system is broken, man. You're gonna end up shit. I ain't gonna lie to you, like I literally just parked right at the middle school. You're gonna end up having these fake NIL agents riding through cities looking at middle school film, and then next they're gonna be targeting middle school kids to sign with them right before they get to high school. And then what's so to say that they start signing the parents, get the parents signed on contracts, and then they start dictating what school the kids go play for. That's my biggest concern, right? Because I might have graduated from Tuskegee University, but I'm your NIL agent now. So I got you $8 million in high school for your name. And Tuskegee called me and be like, I want that kid. He work with you, right? Yeah. I'm gonna send him your way. How much you gonna pay me? Now the NIL agents start shipping kids to different schools because of the money. That's where the game is heading to. That's what's gonna make the game so unfair, and people gonna really not like to watch college football again. That's the main reason why folks stopped watching NFL football, because football became a sport for fun, and then NFL turned into a money hit. They start paying these guys more money than they're paying baseball players. Then you start seeing people not watching as much. When the basketball players start making more money than the baseball players and the NFL football players, people start watching NBA basketball so much. Because the bigger the sports, the less people gonna pay attention to it. The more money people start making, the less attention that we start paying to it. Because we looking at, we're out here hustling every single day. They making our whole life pay in one game, right? They play 82 games a year in the NBA. Some of them make $50 million a year. Man, they done made your whole life pay in one game. And then a lot of people be like, I'm not watching that crap to get no ratings. But they make money. It's gonna start doing the same thing. You can start doing the same thing in high school. Man, I'm not going to the high school game. Where I'm gonna pay $25 to go see a high school. It used to be $25, and in the schools like that, so they tickets may be $50 a game. That's gonna get to the point where people gonna not start showing up in the stands. They ain't showing up in the stands. They watching the kids. That's what we got control of. We gotta get voters. Okay. Get paid.
You're breaking up, Coach.
I don't care about the kids getting paid nowadays. I care about the vultures. I don't care about nothing but them people that got their hands in this game that's sucking the game dry. And you continue to let people suck the game dry, then the game of football that we love is not going to exist anymore. It's already halfway gone. Let's figure out how to get these vultures out of here. Put some legislation on it. Put some collective bargain on it. Put something in place where we can limit what these people are doing. Because they're going to take the love out of the game. And then when they take the love out of the game, now you're going to take the eyes off the game. Take the eyes off the game, you take the ability for these kids to make a living playing a game that they love. And I think that's the way the world going anyway. The world going to the point where it takes every single thing away from people. And most of the people that capitalize on football are people that. So you start going in here, you start messing up everything for the kids that coming from bad situations trying to get somewhere. If you taking that from them, and then those kids have no avenue, and then the more people stay, the more broke people stay broke, and the rich people stay rich. I think they're trying to limit how many people in America can be successful. They want that 1% to stay 1%. They want that 2% to stay 2%. They want 3% to stay 3%. They don't want the 0% all the way up here with the 1%. Because in a snap of a finger, you can go from a high school kid to a millionaire. Right? And some of those billionaires say it took me 30 years to get here. That kid jumped there in an hour. It becomes offensive. People start looking at it like, man, I worked all my damn life, and this son be caught 2 balls, and now he a millionaire. It started looking like that, man. And then people start down talking, start killing it, instead of being happy for the kids now to be able to achieve it. You can't, we can't. Some of us never gonna be rich in our life. God didn't bless you with the talent to be rich in your life. Or God gave you the opportunity to have that success somewhere, and then you squandered it because you decided you didn't want to do it. We all have those issues. We know in the back of our minds that, man, that was my time, and I missed it. So don't get mad at these young boys because now their time is here and they're capitalizing on it. We just got to figure out a way to make sure that the vultures don't push them to do this thing, and then they kill the opportunities to be successful. That's the thing that's killing football. And I see it every day, every single day, P. some fake NIL agent out here calling around talking to kids. All you gotta do go get a license and say you're NIL agent. Get your LLC. You don't have to have no training. You just gotta have LLC and then a license. And then you calling around and you're talking to high school kids and you're begging and you're begging and you're begging and begging until somebody say, okay, you can be my agent. And then now you went from being broke to being damn semi-rich. And then you get your 10 of those, you rich. You get your 30 of those, and you in the millions, and you're eating real good, and never took a damn money management class anyway. Yeah, probably living in the ghetto. But now you move from the ghetto to the Hamptons because you got an NIL space and don't know nothing about money management. Don't know nothing about player performance. They never watched a damn football game in your life. But you're NIL agent now. That's what's happening with the game, and we got to get control of that.
I hear you, Governor. Last go round.
I've been sitting here listening to both of y'all, and one thing, because I'm gonna address the question that you asked. What's supposed to be asked in this meeting with that group? The first question should be is, when is NIL? NIL is name, image, and likeness, right? So how can name, image, and likeness start in middle school or even in high school? You haven't done nothing. You did something for your local school because you're local in your town and in your neighborhood, but you didn't put yourself on a grand scheme of college football or college basketball or whatever college sports. So when does NIL begin? That's another question. That's the first question. Second thing is, I remember a song, and it said, I believe the children are our future. Teach them well. Let them lead the way. So when I made the comment about don't change nothing, give me the education on how I can manage my money, the response was, well, if you're paying kids $50,000 just to come visit, I wasn't talking about recruiting. That's why I said I kind of think that y'all missed what I said. Because what Coach Call just said about certain people are going to get upset about certain individuals making the money faster than how they had to go through it, that's what I was talking about. That's exactly what I said. Teach me how to finance my money and then pass it down. Pass it down. And pass it down. See, when you're passing it down to certain individuals, other individuals are going to start to get in their feelings. Because these certain individuals are the ones that those guys are looking to get to their school. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. That's what I was implementing. I wasn't talking about recruiting. I'm not going to get upset on a rule that they created. They created that rule. Or that process. Not even a rule, that process. They're the ones that said, I'm going to give you $50,000 to come to my school, because that was a flex. Didn't think that the flex was going to be a Uno reverse and say, well, I'm going to take this free money. Well, I'm going to just keep doing it. I'm just going to go to each school. And whoever going to give me the most money, then I'm going to go. They weren't thinking that these kids, black, white, or indifferent, man or woman, were going to start to do that. They created that. We didn't create this. We didn't create NIL. They did. So don't change a thing. Give me the education on how to make my money work for me. Stop putting a target on these, and that's another Uno reverse. If they're still at the table, they're putting a target on these kids' backs by putting their contracts up. I'm still responding to what Coach Call was saying to y'all. When these kids start getting the dollar signs and their name is starting to get broadcast, and they have to go back home for the spring breaks, fall breaks, people watch TV and people watch social media. Oh, yeah, that's such and such with $20 million. All they see is a $20 million, not understanding how money works. Just because it says you got $20 million doesn't mean that's in the bank account.
Mm-hmm.
But you're putting these kids in harm's way because others aren't as fortunate as others. Give me the education. It's going to cripple the people up the top. Point blank, period. You're a student athlete. Not everybody's going to make it to the league. That's number one. And if you do make it to the league, you're not guaranteed to stay there for more than 3 years. So get all the money that you can, but when you leave, you have the knowledge on how you're going to allow the money to work for you.
Mm-hmm.
So now we don't know if us pass that information, and that's the key word, pass the information. Don't hold on to it. Because you might be successful in what you're doing, but everybody else that's behind you that's trying to make it to your level don't become like these vultures by holding on to this information.
Right.
That's the biggest problem. Education has always been the biggest thing preached to us and what you needed. Now we have a little bit more leeway on how you can make the financial gains, how you can allow it to benefit not just you, but your family later on in life, or your neighbor, or this person, or that, or a friend that's going through the same situation that you. We always want to put competition within ourselves. Understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to get too loud. I could say that for the Discord. We hold ourselves down more than anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Have mercy.
But then complain that we don't have fair opportunity because the person up top is holding us down. No, it's us. We built it. Damn it. Woo-hoo. We built this.
Here you go.
Think that they burned 2 cities down because we built this. This is when I get frustrated because people don't know they don't know the first $1 million person wasn't that person. It was us. If you know your history, they burned it down and we built it back up and they burned it down again. So don't tell me that it can't be done. Don't tell me that we don't know what we're doing. Don't tell me that we can't be fine. We were the first to do it.
Well, I'm going to say this, Governor. When you were saying what you were saying, I wasn't refuting you. I was just going back to an initial stage of how all of this actually gets started.
Yeah.
With a lot of these kids, with some of them, regardless of the arena they play in, if they want an appearance, you're going to pay me just to appear. I'm with you when you say education, teach me. But what I was saying is I didn't misconstrue what you were saying. I was just going back a little further and saying that now a lot of these kids want something from the jump and haven't signed for anything. They want this 50. I just use 50,000 as a as a number. I just threw a number out.
Right.
And they want this before they even sign. I want this just to say, I'm going to make an appearance at your school and I'm not signing anything, but you're going to give me $50,000 just for you to show me around the campus, blah, 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 this, that, and the third, as opposed to the way that it used to be where the university foot the bill in your food, your lodging, this, that, and the third, but you're not going to get any money in your pocket. Not from us like that. Now, a booster may have slipped them something. See, it goes back to like what you said a couple of days ago about boosters. And so I got what you were saying, and I wasn't refuting any of it because I totally agree. But where I was coming from is that some of these guys and gals want something before they even sign anything. That's which way I was coming from. But what you're saying, I totally agree. Number two, I'm also concerned, Coach Carl, Bishop, Governor. I'm concerned of the fact that the love, now I'm gonna speak now, for wanting to do better from an education, not just from a sports perspective, but just education, because I've heard each one of you say, some of y'all ain't gonna make to the next level, whether it's NFL, NBA, MLB, MLS, it doesn't matter. Some of you are not gonna make that professional level. What have you done? What are you gonna do with your now? And so I think what needs to be presented today is the fact is what you all just said. Have these kids in mind. But I'm gonna take it what you all said too. But what's going to happen 5 years from now with this same kid when the money's ran out? They're no longer valuable to you. I've done my part. That's what you're going to say. We did our part as an institution. Blah, 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 blah. This, that, and the third. So many questions. I'm even wondering if anything is going to get accomplished today.
No.
Governor, you brought up another key point. You and Bishop. I'm going back over this again, but not in its entirety. Guess how many females are on this round table? One. Condoleezza Rice, big sports fan, big football fan, but only one female. See, we got a lot we have to address. And I hope and pray today, and the round table, I think, is at 4 p.m., I think it is, in Washington today.
Yeah.
We got a lot going on up there today. My prayer is I hope that they get it. I hope some things are addressed and some things are accomplished. I'm not putting a lot of stock into it. All I wanted to do was to create an atmosphere for us just to have a conversation of how we see it. Just the everyday people, as Sly and the Family Stone would say back in the 70s. We are everyday people. Now, I'm going to end this conversation on a funny note. Bishop, Governor, Coach Carl, this is for you, sir. Now, first, congratulations are in order, everybody. Congratulations to Coach Carl Jonathan, Rep 1 exposure.
Yes.
Rep
Yes.
1 exposure. I'm going to need everybody to go to YouTube and subscribe to that channel. Rep 1.
Rep
Coach
1.
Carl, I'm gonna give you about 20 seconds to shoot your shot right there concerning Rep 1. Go ahead, Coach.
Oh man, Rep 1. All we did with Rep 1 was change the T-Town media over to Rep 1 because we've been in the brand and we're trying to make sure that it's not tailored to one source, one school. We want to make it so that if anybody wanted to utilize our service, we take the T-Town off it. We took the Bama Standard off it. And we're going to just make it Rep 1. So we just repping one brand.
Coach, talking to your phone if you can, because
Yeah,
I can barely hear you.
barely hear you.
Hold on.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can hear you.
We changed T-Town Media into a Rep 1 exposure. We're trying to eliminate the issues that, people thinking that we only do Bama players, or we only recruiting, trying to recruit kids, or trying to get kids to go to Alabama. We ain't worried about Alabama. We're worried about kids, period. Whether it's a
Uh-oh.
Breaking up.
Breaking
Broke
up,
up
my
there,
brother.
Coach.
That
yeah, I'm
teammate.
not the school man, so
Well, Rep One is what is just what the name says. Repping more than just Bama, repping more than just D1, just repping
Repping
kids,
kids.
repping kids. Okay, and so congratulations to Rep One. Now,
Yeah.
Coach, where will you be tomorrow? Because you're kind of breaking up there. Because I'm using this to I'm using this to do something. So, if you can you tell us what you got going tomorrow?
You might need to come out, get out, and come back in.
And Dwight, you need to bring Coach Carl and Bishop in the Discord because I want to say something because I really want to do a rebuttal, but I know P gotta go. Well, I need them in the Discord, Dwight. Yeah, I need y'all in the Discord.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to bring
I hear you. I hear you.
I got to bring Governor and got to bring Bishop and Coach in the Discord there.
Hey, can I say this? Can I drop this nugget?
Can I go after you?
Take what Bishop has been telling you about portfolio. A player that I know of that once he got done with getting 6 NIL deals in his portfolio, by the time he got done playing for 5 years, his family and the trajectory of his children's children will be based off of $112 million.
Mm.
That's the difference in a portfolio versus just one or two NIL deals. Portfolio allows you to think different, to comprehend different. Oh, wait a minute. It also teaches you how to read contracts and set up patents because you know how language is supposed to be read.
Yeah.
I was
See,
gonna go ahead.
go ahead. No. I just want to give you enough bite size so that you can see the totality of why education can drive this, but it's got to be well thought out. It can't just be thrown out there in one session. This committee, if they're real serious, need to think all the way around.
I was gonna say because I know P about to go, and I love this. That's why I said I need y'all to get in the Discord. But I was gonna say this when we talk about the IL, it's just my opinion. Doesn't it feel we only talking about certain kind of players? That's just my 2 cents on it. Like the 50,000 example that Pete was giving, that's because of a rule they implemented. So I'm not going to blame a kid for getting free money. That's number one. And number two is how anytime something is coming up, they only put certain people's names in there to be talked about. This is the reason why we need to restructure the NIL deal. What kids you talking about? What kids are you talking about?
And you know what else, Governor? And I'm gonna say this right quick, and we're gonna get out of here. See, and I'm gonna do this in the most tactful way that I can without calling names.
Mm-hmm.
There are when Coach said, and all three of you said it. Everybody comes from a different situation, but within that situation lies another situation. Even the kids that come from a nice situation, there's always someone that's going to come from a nicer situation. And a lot of times they look at that I'm in a cool situation, but their situation is still better than mine. But then the person that's under them is just trying to get to that particular situation, whereas the person that's in the upper situation is trying to get to a situation that's even higher than that situation. So everybody's going to come from a situation, but where the problem comes in, to just me now, where the problem comes in is that the person that's in the higher situation doesn't regard the person that's in the lower situation. And the person that's in the lower situation does regard that person that's in the higher situation. And so you got a mix up going. You got a button of the heads going when you got folks that's looking at the same situation from 2 or 3 different lenses. And now we got a problem.
We were all considered equal. But do you even having this round table?
See,
that's a conversation for a different time.
That's a different. That's all I'm saying. And so, Governor, I felt you, bro. I was just kind of bringing a little bit more spice to the gumbo.
And it is a beautiful way done. But here's the thing: we're putting a pin in it. But I'm telling you, this chat and this family here, we're onto something. And if there's anybody in the ether, y'all need to listen to this, because this will give you the true foundation of how to go into that committee.
So hopefully today, brothers, I hope and pray. I'm gonna get my. I'm hoping that they televise it, Bishop and Governor, and Jeff. You asked where there. Let me see. I think it's Jeff. Jeff, you asked, and you make a statement, bro. No, that's TP. Gentlemen, are there any players at the table today?
TP, are you with me? Go on and drop it.
If no, then their behind is on the menu. And guess what, TP? No players are on the menu. I mean, no players are at the table. So guess what? They're on the menu.
I want to know how many times they're going to mention women's sports in this conversation.
That's why I make the statement. There's only one woman in the table, at the table, and that's Condoleezza Rice.
Honestly, I think that's the wrong woman, because she's a big sports fan. Yeah, but you're not a player. You never mind.
So,
I need y'all in the Discord, B. I need you in the Discord, Bishop. I need you in my Discord, because I'm gonna say something and I don't want P's channel to get flagged.
Okay. To that.
It's probably already flagged, Bishop. Anyway, but
love you guys, man. Appreciate it.
Okay. I'm gonna end this on a I'm not gonna say it's a positive note, but it ain't a negative note. But I want Coach to kind of see this. Now, Governor, this came from your member. She said, Coach, I'm sure you do have more than 3 strokes, I can tell. Anyway, we're gonna end the show.
You know what? I'm done with you. I'm done with you. I'm done. I'm going to work, because I got a job. I got a 401k to uphill.
I had to do that. I wanted everybody to laugh, because this has been one great show, and it gets serious. It gets serious about this, but I wanted to end it on that. I saw that in the chat, and I don't know if y'all noticed or not. I just bust out and started laughing, because that's what I was laughing at, and I had to hold my laugh in. Susan with the one for the day, but everybody, that's been the show. But y'all pay attention today, and I hope, Bishop and Governor, that they show this today on C-SPAN or whatever it is they're going to show it on, and people need to pay attention. This is not just a football issue. It's not even just a sports issue. It's a social issue. It's a social issue, not just sports. It's a social issue, and it affects everybody. in many ways. So thank y'all for indulging me with this idea. I know some people might not have liked it because you want to hear X's and O's, but the way some things are going, you better worry more about the Jimmys and the Joes than the X's and the O's. Because if the Jimmys and the Joes are not satisfied, there won't be any X's and O's. So tomorrow, I was trying to get Coach Carr to tell it. Tomorrow, the Lord willing, Governor and Bishop, I will be in Mobile, Alabama.
Okay.
And I will be with Rep 1 Exposure at a camp. And don't be surprised if Piano Man, y'all know how I do it. Where I go, y'all go.
All right.
Where I go, y'all go. I'm a man of my word, and I appreciate everybody for everything that they do, everything that they say, and everything. So the way I try to reward is when I be in places like that, I want y'all to see, if I'm allowed to, I want y'all to see it up close and personal. So don't be surprised. Piano Man to put an alert out. Just meet me in Mobile, Alabama. And it's gonna be on from there. If I'm allowed to, I'll be on from there. All right. So that's our show for today. I thank everybody for coming. Bishop, Governor, Coach Carr, Twister. Thank you all the gumbo chefs. Thank for the 401k as always. For everybody in the chat, especially to Stephen Hicks and the Voices of No Mercy and the No Mercy crew. They already know what the time it is. You know, we just have to.
Lady Latoya.
All that, Lady Latoya, Carla Hen, Gwen, all of those, everybody. I saw my sissy in the group. I saw Kimberly Harmon, Roll Tide to you, sissy. What the business is, you know. Act like you know. But everybody just wanted to do something different. I want you to think. I want you to think and everything, because this thing has changed. And like, forgive me. Shout out to the Alabama women's basketball team. Beat Tennessee last night in the tournament. Yes, sir. Got them real
Shout
good.
out to them Sooners.
Shout out to the
them
Sooners.
Florida Gators.
Got them too. I saw it. Oh man, it spanked up on them pretty good too. Sure did. So shout out to our ladies. As Governor said, shout out to our ladies. I haven't said this in a while. To the ladies in the chat, we love you. We love y'all. And we take our queens very seriously. So all I'm going to say is mess around and disrespect one of the queens in the chat, and you're going to find out which side the bread is buttered on for real. Yeah. Matter of fact, you're going to find out what type of margarine we using.
And queens, get ready. It's time for you to have your own show.
That's it. I'm just saying now. And so we're working on some stuff, ladies. Diane, KT, Lady Latoya, Gwen, Carla, Kimberly, all y'all. Come on with it. We want y'all part of the show, okay? So that's our show for today, everybody. Hey, stay focused, drive, and go forward in the name of the Lord. And remember, you can do all things through Christ that gives you strength. I promise you that you can. Piano Man don't know everything. I just know what I'm talking about. So with that being said, hey, this kitchen is always big enough for everybody to cook in, and everybody can get something to eat. That's what the bottom line is. Now, with that being said, if you can't cook, stay out the kitchen. But if you want to learn, get with a good cook. And I guarantee you, you'll learn everything. And then before you know it, you're going to be cooking up the best pot of gumbo that you can cook. So with that being said, the gumbo chefs have left the building and they are gone for the weekend. The dishes have been washed and put away. All of the gumbo has been served. And Piano Man is going somewhere looking fly and debonair and going to find him something else to eat. Y'all have a good weekend. And like I said, tomorrow, thank you, Governor. Thank you, Bishop. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Twister, for all that y'all do. And I want everybody to have a safe weekend. Be sure if this roundtable discussion is on your on any, of your social media venues or even on your TV channels, please watch. You'll hear some stuff and you're gonna see where everybody stands. Thank you to everybody in the chat. See Zach is here. Roll Tide to you, Diane. Everybody, roll Tide, everybody. Have a great weekend. And guess what? Piano Man is out. Roll Tide, and we'll see you Monday.